Hey guys, so today we will be starting with DSP, that is digital signal processing. So first of all, we will discuss all the things that we will be discussing in this course. So the first thing is we will be discussing the properties of signals of discrete time signals and systems. That is, first of all, we will see what is decimation, and then we will see what is interpolation. Then secondly, we will discuss the different properties of the discrete time system signals. That is, we will see the stability, whether a system is stable or not. Then we will see whether it's causal or non-causal, and then we will see the system responses, that how we have to find out the system response using different techniques, and we will be seeing whether a system is linear or non-linear, and whether a system is time variant or time invariant. So now we will be proceeding with the next part, that is the third part, in which we will be discussing Z transform. And over here we will also be discussing inverse Z transform along with Z transform. And then we will be discussing the fourth part, that is we will see DFT and FFT, where DFT stands for discrete Fourier transform and FFT stands for fast Fourier transform. We will be discussing each one of them in detail, and so you need not worry, because I will be covering each and every topic in DFT and FFT and along with all these three topics as well. And in Z transform, we will be discussing points such as ZIR, ZSR, and we will be discussing different techniques to find out ZIR and ZSR. Do not worry, you will be able to understand everything once we start with the course. And then we have different techniques, that is the different windowing techniques for DFT and FFT. That is, we have the windowing technique, that is the rectangular window technique. Then we have the Hamming technique, or we can say the Hamming window. Then we have the Hanning window, which is similar to Hamming, but the formulas are different. These are the three types that we will be discussing. And lastly, we will also be discussing the Fourier transform, or the Fourier transformation, or the Fourier transform windowing. So this is what we will be doing in our fourth part, and now we will be discussing what we will do in the fifth part. Now in the fifth part, we will be seeing the FIR filters. That what are FIR filters? That is, we will first of all see that how to draw an FIR filter, that is how to draw an FIR filter from difference equations. And then we will do the inverse, that is we will draw FIR diagram, and then from that we will find out the difference equation. That is, it is just the opposite of the above point. And then we will be looking at different type of filters that we have in FIR, that is linear phase filters, their properties and why they are used. And we will be discussing low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, band reject filter, or we can also say notch filters. Band reject filters are also known as notch filters. We will be discussing these three in detail, and we will just give an overview for VRF, that is notch filters, because it is not a very important topic. And then lastly, we will see the sixth point, that is IIR filters. In this also we will draw diagrams from difference equations, and we will do the vice versa also. That is, we will be finding out the difference equations from the diagrams, and then we will do different designs of IIR filters. That is, we have different techniques to draw IIR filters. That is, we will be using impulse, invariant, transformation, or also known as IIT. I call it IIT, that is, it is impulse invariant transformation. And then we have another method which is known as bilinear transformation, or we can call it as BLT. Do not worry, we will all be writing these things in detail and discussing them in detail. The only thing is that you will have to follow me on each and every step, and please note down everything that I'm writing on the board. That is, write down this roadmap that we will be following, and please keep in mind that we have to follow this procedure, and please keep taking down the notes. So now, just I will tell you a brief overview of it. First, we will discuss the properties of signals and systems. That is, we will be discussing discrete time signals and systems. That is SNS, short form for signal systems. Secondly, we will be discussing Z transform. Thirdly, we will be discussing FFT and DFT. That is DFT and FFT, which is discrete Fourier transform and fast Fourier transform. Then in the fourth unit, we will be discussing FIR filters, and we will be discussing various topics in FIR filters, and then we will be discussing IIR filters. So these are the 5 units that we have to cover, and if you go along with the course with me, you will be able to crack any college exam, any university exam, uh, irrespective of which college you are in, because I will be discussing all the important questions and all the important concepts that are needed for you to, get good marks in your college exam and your university level examinations. So guys, this is it for this video, and we will be discussing each of the topics in detail, and these are the only a few things that I have listed over here. There are various subparts of each, and we will be discussing each one of them in detail. So do not worry, this is a complete course and we will be discussing various parts. And suppose if you think that some parts are missing, you can just write in the comment section, and I will be discussing each one of them in detail for you. And guys, if you are able to understand that what we are going to do in this course, just hit the subscribe button so that you get the latest updates and we are able to, move on with this course. So thank you. See you in the next one.